Varsity Club, welcome back to another classic. The playoffs are here, and it's us versus the Baltimore Ravens, the Cowboys versus the Saints. We got to stop Lamar Jackson. Lamar and the Ravens have had an exceptional year, going 11-6. Lamar's a 99 overall. Marlon Humphrey's killing it at 97. Ronnie Stanley's killing it. I mean, look at all the people they have in this team that are big-time players making big-time plays. They still have the kicker god, Justin Tucker. Got a lot of work today. Now, the one big thing, though, is that they don't really have a lot of talent at receiver. They have Rashad Bateman, who, again, still a little unproven at this point of his career. Devin Duvernay, again, unproven. Auden Tate, Bryan Edwards, Tylan Wallace, and Justin Gomez. None of these guys are particularly threatening, but with Lamar being able to move around in the pocket, throw it deep with that rocket arm, I'm still a little scared because they do have some speed. And let's not forget, for this incredible Super Bowl run we're trying to make, we're not going to have Josh Spiegel, one of our best defensive players. That is a big blow, but we got some guys that are going to try to step up. How we're sort of sorting this thing out is we're going to have Jalen Phillips back finally healthy, which is great news. We're going to have Keanu Neal and Cam Camp again running that middle linebacker 1 and 2 spot. And then on the left side, Gruger Hill, who's been sort of backing up middle linebacker, is going to end up stepping over to play the left outside linebacker spot. So I feel like even though we're not going to have Spiegel, we still have a lot of talent there. Mounties versus the Ravens. This is about to be a classic one here for the AFC Championship. We have never won a conference championship. We've gotten here before. We've just failed each time we've tried to necessarily make something happen. So this is a big one. We need to come home and win this one. And potentially doing that without Josh Spiegel is just, it's a really tall task. 2nd and 9 here, Lamar. A couple of running backs in the backfield as I'm handing this one off. We see Dobbins go up the middle. He picks up what looks to be 3. 3rd down, 6 yards to go. Playing the pass, watching the underneath stuff. He's going deep. We got Jackson there, and Jackson makes a play. Are you kidding me? Joe Burrow ready to get things go. Look at the stats from this season. The young fellas ready to lead this team in their first conference championship. We've really not been able to get over the hump of a conference championship, and man, this is an opportunity. We have the best team we've ever assembled. Yes, we have some injuries here and there, but I really like what I'm seeing from this team. Look at Kasim Gooden getting it going with a 9-yard run. Gooden has quickly become one of the best running backs in the league. A lot of people still won't give this man any credit, but he is dominating the NFL, and you love to see what he's doing. Another big run for him, setting the tone. Look, we obviously are playing in a snow game. It's super cold here, so a lot of players aren't going to have the agility, the speed they normally would have, but Kasim Gooden still getting it done out here in the ground. You love to see what he's doing. 2nd and 2, Burrow under center with a little play action. Got some guys. He's got Percy Battle out here grooving. Percy Battle's going to turn the field, gets a nice block. Percy Battle cuts it back, and Percy Battle is in the end zone celebrating just like that. What a play. Can we honestly talk about what a block we saw from Anthony Miller there? I mean, that set the tone. Percy Battle obviously running unbelievable after the catch there, but it's really what we saw from Anthony Miller that set the tone overall. Lamar Jackson hasn't really done a ton right now. They've been going with a lot of runs. Goes across the middle. That's a beautifully thrown ball for a 12-yard completion. It was great to see JC Jackson make a play too, because that guy has struggled a lot this season with trying to just intercept the ball. He's made plays, he's been burnt a lot, but seeing him step up early in the game like that and change the tide of the game, huge. I mean, I've seen a lot of people even call for that man to be traded in the offseason, which I don't really think that'll be the case. He's still young, he's still talented. Yes, he's had some rough patches here and there, but he's still really good. And look at, speaking of really good, J.K. Dobbins goes down the field, breaks multiple tackles, and they're inside the 30 just like that. He got a little too confident. Baltimore made us realize again they're one of the best teams in the league, and they proved it right there. Jackson with a lot of weapons in the backfield. Andrews goes in motion here. Watching the fullback. Oh, Lamar keeps this one. We got to be careful. Lamar can go for the house every single time he touches the football. We take his legs out, though, with J.C. Jackson. He gets a 15-yarder. Lamar quickly reminding us we got to be careful. A lot of weapons in the backfield again. They go with the read option. J.K. Dobbins, met at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10. Going to play Poyer here. Watching the guys deep. They go with the comeback route, and J.C. Jackson's there, but it's just a little too late. Bring our guys up a little bit here. Not a lot of linemen, but we're hoping we can get something going. They go for the quick out route. It's Mark Andrews, and he's too good. Baltimore just like that's tied it up. As good as we felt offensively and defensively, especially after that first drive, Baltimore quickly put all that to rest. They are just as good on both sides of the ball, and we've got to be careful. Kasim Gooden cut up the middle. He picks up major yards again. He might have a career game in the playoffs today. Burrow back here again. A lot of time. Burrow sees his running back out of the backfield, quickly gets it to him, and we're going to see Kasim Gooden pick up a chunk of yards again, making it should be close to be a first. Gooden, if you couldn't already tell, is a major part of our game plan here in the conference championship. We know that this dude can help lead us to the promised land. It's just getting the proper blocking for him. They say 3rd and inches on that one. I believe we got to go for it. First quarter's winding down. We've kind of dominated time in possession. Going right back at him here with Kasim Gooden springing down the field, and look at the run again. This man has 57 yards in the first quarter. I'm here for it. Second quarter starting out. Percy Battle's going deep as a little bit of a decoy. Burrow has his guy in Tanyan, and Tanyan goes up and gets it. So many good players this upcoming draft. Tommy Eichenberg is going to be in there. Mason Franks is going to be in there. You've obviously Jordan Damon, Marvin Derwin, and so many other great players. Look at Kasim Gooden with the best run of the game by far in the end zone. He's not hurt about those other guys, but don't forget about me. We're seeing the star emerge right now. Kasim Gooden has been so good in the second half, especially the latter half of the season. Yes, he struggled early on, but right now, the man's electric. And look at the defense picking up Lamar on that read option. Second down, 12 yards to go. Picking up a read option like that again to stop is huge. Can we stop Lamar though on multiple plays? They go to the sideline here, and that hits off his guy's back leg. He doesn't even see it. Playing the pass the entire way. Poyer's going to watch the middle. Lamar back there by himself. They go for the underneath route. Mark Andrews won't get a first down, and we're going to be forced to him to punt again. This is the kind of football we have to be playing. Dominant run game. In cold weather like this, you can't really afford to pass too much because receivers aren't going to really, have the ability to call us some of those balls that Burrow's putting zip on. 5 minutes left, 2nd and 4. We've had a really good first half. I want to close out this first half with another score. That would be perfect. And we're going to see Gooden get almost to the first down marker. 3rd and short. Baltimore's got a couple of guys extra in the box here. We're still going to run with Gooden. Brevin Jordan has actually been really good in the blocking game. And Gooden, I don't think is going to get there. I think we have to punt for the first time today. And yeah, we're punting. Our punter, Cameron Johnson, who we're letting go in free agency, actually hits a massive punt, one of his best of the season. He gets it all the way down to the 5-yard line. So a really rough start for Baltimore here. Trying to get somebody in there. We get a stop, and J.K. Dobbins right at the line. Our goal is to press cover, to blitz a lot, and try to make them uncomfortable. They're deep in their own territory. This is always going to be tough for any team. Lamar throws an absolute dot, though, and Andrews is out here scampering around. Poyer's going to try to get him. He does, and they get all the way down to the 47. What a throw, what a catch, and what a run. That's one of those 50-50 balls where you got to trust your guy. Lamar trusted his guy to make a play. He did just that. Andrews has 55 of his 80 passing yards today. He's definitely been a problem. Trying to get some pressure on Lamar. Lamar gets hit as he throws, and we're going to see it looks like Bateman come back to get that one for a huge gain. He felt good again, and then Lamar made magic happen. 3 minutes left in the first half. Baltimore's driving. They go underneath this time. Andrews again. He picks up a short gain. We're watching Mark Andrews pretty much every single play, but he's still kind of difficult to stop. They go with the run here to the edge. Jalen Phillips there, so trying to get the tackle. J.K. Dobbins puts him on the ground like a small child and gets the first. Harbaugh knows his team needs to tie this game up. We had a chance to maybe drive in the field, and we just couldn't make anything of it. Baltimore again, still feeling really good. They go with the late release for J.K. Dobbins. We didn't see that till the last second, and he's going to get out of bounds at the 7. Playing the pass the entire way. Lamar in shotgun. Couple of guys they can go to, but what a big hit by Amena, who comes through again, showing he's ready to play. Carlos Amena, who has been one of those diamond in the rough guys that I'm so glad we've got, and we've signed him into a couple of year extra long for his deal because we know he's going to be a big time player. Now Lamar's out here scrambling. You got a couple of guys, he slides, and that's going to be a 4th down with a field goal coming up. Rather than let them waste a little bit of time, we're going to go ahead and make sure they kick a field goal here with a minute and some change left so we can have an opportunity to try to score. We got 2 timeouts left. Justin Tucker, the greatest kicker ever, drills that one to make it a 4-point game. We desperately need to get some points on the board this drive. This is going to be, even a field goal is massive for us. Burrow, an absolute dot here. Percy Battle's going to get out of bounds after getting a big gain. You love to see it. Percy Battle has been everywhere today. Burrow's only completed 4 passes today, but a lot of those have been to Percy Battle, and they've worked out really well. Oh my God, speaking of Percy Battle, this man is wide open deep down the field. Percy's got some room, and this man is going to go in the end zone again. You literally cannot cover him. He's unstoppable. Baltimore's defense has absolutely let him down. Their offense has been fine. 10 points against our defense is not the most easy thing to do in the world. Their defense giving up 21 in the first, I don't know what you can really say about that. I mean, other than it being bad, I guess. But, I mean, our offense has been stupendous. Burrow has been perfect, I think, in the day. I don't think it's a single incomplete pass. Love to see what he's doing. J.C. Jackson had the great interception, but he's starting to get torched a little bit as Baltimore uses their first timeout. We literally have all the momentum in the world, but we cannot let Baltimore get in the end zone or even hit a field goal. Remember, Tucker can hit it from about 1,000,000 yards out, so we have to be careful of that, too. A lot of our focus right now has been on giving them little stuff underneath, but we're going to take a little bit of a gamble to go with the mid blitz to see what we have. Neal and Cam both ready to get in there. The blitz pickup is pretty good. J.C. Jackson gets torched again by Bateman, and they're down to the 41. They have 1 timeout left, but you could argue they're pretty much in field goal range at this point. We're playing the pass the whole way. Our guys are watching mid. They go underneath, and it hits him in the back. Dobbins didn't even see it coming. Trying to control the middle the best we can right now. Neal, the solo guy in the middle. They go across. That was going to be big as they get Edwards down at the 27, and they can call a timeout here if they want. And they do call a timeout with 10 seconds left. I personally probably would have tried to go timeout, throw it in the end zone, see what happens, but they line up for a field goal. Tucker almost misses it, but it curves back to the right in perfect timing, and they've cut the lead to 8 going into halftime. So we're going into halftime with a pretty incredible game so far. Baltimore has cut it to an 8-point game, but this could be anyone's ball game. We just have to do a whole lot better than what we're doing right now to stop them from getting in the red zone. Now, the best news we could have gotten is that we have the ball to start the second half. And again, with the team that's driving the ball in the run game, we saw 100+ yards from Kasim Good in the first half. We're going to keep pushing that man all day. Baltimore had everybody and anybody in the box, and it didn't even work out for him there. That's pretty wild if you ask me. But then again, looking to get some room here. Nice little moves. Again, he's almost down to midfield as they bring him down to the 43. Good is still feeling good. Well over 100. This man is absolutely frying this defense. Goes up the middle again. He's going to keep pushing. I mean, they look like no room, but he's still got 6. 2nd and 5. Burrow back in shotgun. He's got DK out here absolutely towards the defense. He throws it up deep. DK's got a beat, and that's going to be an easy catch. This DK Metcalf is in the end zone. Let's get it. You cannot have that happen, but we lulled them to sleep. We had the perfect game plan coming out in the second half of make them think we're going to run it pretty heavily. Let Kasim Good and get a couple of good carries, and if he does pull off a couple of good carries, we're going to chuck it downfield to DK Metcalf and just see what happens. And look, I know some of our volume to DK wasn't as good as it probably should have been, but DK one-on-one against pretty much any corner in the league, I'm taking it. Lamar looking, Lamar's rolling, got a couple of guys he slides in front of Poyer, and honestly I don't blame him. 3rd down and manageable here. They only need 3 yards. Go with the run. We actually didn't expect that. That's going to be close. Let's see where the judges ultimately mark that one, and they say it's short by a yard. Baltimore gets a pretty good punt off that play, and that's all the way down to the 8-yard line, which is not exactly ideal for us, but you have one of the best running backs in the league. You'll go ahead and see what you can do out there. And look at him. Kasim Gooden is on fire. This might be a 200-yard game. He's up to 144 right now with halfway through the 3rd. Baltimore's ability to stop the run has just been the catalyst for how this game has been going today. And, well, as you say that, they do get a stop. 2nd and 13. Ooh, we might have actually drawn them off sides here. This is going to be close. Battle's going to haul that one in, but let's see what the judges say. I think we did a little bit of, off sides from the defense.
It's free real estate.
Yep, we absolutely got it. Let's see which one's better. 2nd and 8 or 3rd and 4. We'll take 2nd and 8 here. Some people might have wanted to go 3rd and 4, but honestly, I'll take the extra down, and I really believe our offense can get this job done. Tanyan looking like he might have an option here. It's not going to be Tanyan. Burrow's out here scrambling a little bit. I'm going to let Burrow get safe, and he's almost out at the 1st down. So instead of the 3rd and 4 from the penalty, we have 3rd and 2. So in hindsight, we chose the right option. Kasim Gooden is zooming. The blocking is some of the best we have seen from the offensive line today. You got to love what you're seeing. And honestly, one of the best things we've done today is keep the ball out of Lamar Jackson's hands. He's not having an opportunity to really get a drive. Their defense can't really stop us. So because of that, he's getting cold in the sidelines and can't stay fresh. I mean, our entire game plan today was built around keeping Lamar Jackson off the field as much as humanly possible and trying to make some plays. Burrow's going to send Tanyan in motion. He's going to the right-hand side. Looks like man coverage now. Good play action. Got a guy set his feet, and who else? Percy Battle. Put some respect on the young fella's name. He's having a career day again today. Think about the fact that we have 28 points with Burrow only throwing 7 passes today. It's unbelievable. Burrow has just been everything we've needed to, and we might actually get out of a conference championship for once now with Burrow as the QB. 3rd quarter's winding down, less than a minute to go. We're gonna send our guy Kasim Gooden in motion. Goes out to the right-hand side. DK's got one-on-one coverage. Oh my God, DK is torching him. This man is in the zone. Can I get out of the zone? Baltimore sees Cameron Hayward, former Steeler, now Baltimore Ravens, get injured. We're on top again. When we got DK, it wasn't for regular season accolades or regular season numbers or breaking whatever. It was to keep that man ready for the postseason. So that we can actually have a chance at a Super Bowl. And that's pretty good. Right now, it's looking like we have one. Also, we're seeing guys get injured time and time again right now. It's not looking good for them. They're down major. 3rd quarter's coming to an end. They need to get a score ASAP or else this one is not getting pretty. And look at Rashad Bateman stop on a dime, pick up somehow 8 yards off that. 2nd and short, likely the last play of the 3rd quarter unless they go for an incomplete pass here. Lamar's going to hand off to J.K. Dobbins, who is now starting to find his momentum as he picks up 65 yards total on the game. Fourth quarter's here. Massive lead. We just have to not choke it away. The way our team has been managing the game, I don't think we're going to. But what a dot again. They've went away from Mark Andrews, but he found him again. Two guys we've struggled the most against today have been Mark Andrews and Rashad Bateman. Both of those guys have found ways to get open against some of our best cover guys. And Andrews still does it again. I mean, we've had Jalen Reese, of all people, shadowing him, and it's still been really difficult to get anybody to stop Mark Andrews today. Camp watching the middle. Lamar, all the time in the world, throws another dot, and this time it's again. So who else? Mr. Andrews. Sitting back a little bit in zone coverage. If Baltimore takes their time, that's fine. But a touchdown here is still scary. And Lamar Jackson in the open field is scary as well, so we can't really get anybody to get him, but a big hit by Poyer stops him at the 4. Honestly, the snow may have been the best thing to happen to us, because if it didn't snow, Lamar has a much easier time to run around the field, be more agile. The snowstorm really limits how a lot of these guys are going to play, and Lamar has Dobbins on a dime, but he misses him. Really, that changed everything. It's why we're running inside a lot more than outside, is because the snowstorm is stopping a lot of these guys from being productive, and that's huge. It's taking the speed out of the game, which benefits us more than it hurts Baltimore. It benefits Baltimore, I mean, and there we go. Edwards is in the end zone now. This game not over quite yet. They're still in it. Baltimore feeling the urgency is going to go ahead and go for 2 here. Trying our best to get a stop. Lamar in shotgun, throws a quick little out route, and we're ready. Boyle got that one, and Baltimore's only down 14 now. You got the ball. You have 5 minutes left. We got a 14-point lead. We've been out gaining them, out rushing them, out passing them. But they're still the Baltimore Ravens. Oh my God, they just like Kasim Gooden nearly go to the house on that play. That feels like one of those plays that if there's not snow on the ground, that man is in the end zone celebrating. But unfortunately for us, he's not. Kasim Gooden, I don't even care about that last play. Kasim Gooden is going to go over 200 yards rushing. He's got no one within 5 yards of him, and he's in the end zone, ladies and gentlemen. That might be all she wrote. Kasim Gooden, his flowers, man. That kid has been through a lot in his short 2 years in the NFL. Not a lot of people have given that man the credit I feel like he deserves, but came to play in the postseason today. 21-point lead, about 4 minutes left. We are going to go to the Super Bowl. It really feels real. Now, an epic collapse could still happen, but our chances to go to the Super Bowl are now solidified as Lewis is going to pick that one off. Lewis is trying to get into the end zone. He's got Bateman and Lamar Jackson chasing him down. They forced him out of bounds, and we are now inside the 20 again. It's over. This team has been through so much heartbreak. And look at what we're doing here. Burrow, Gooden, DK Metcalf, Percy battle. This has been one to remember. Letting Gooden tote the rock again. He's over 240 yards rushing on the afternoon. It's been a performance to remember from a dude that a lot of people a couple of weeks ago were saying is overrated and probably should be traded. And maybe those comments you guys left in the videos ultimately fueled him, but man, this kid is absolutely dominating today. You love to see it. A little 3rd and short here. Gooden, it was wide open. We tried to get it to him, but it's blocked. And oddly enough, that was his first incomplete pass today. We haven't really thrown a ton with Burrow today. We haven't really needed to because the ground game has been so great. We go for a kick, it's money, and that should seal it. Baltimore, Lamar Jackson aren't going to give up obviously here, but man, I cannot believe how we've held the momentum this game and how we've just absolutely dominated the entire stretch. JC Jackson's early interception. Percy battle making play after play after play. DK Metcalf torching an entire defense deep down the field to get into the end zone. There have been so many signature plays in just one game. It's unbelievable. Now this one's going deep. Reed's going to try to play it. That one's nearly one-handed caught. And honestly, this one, I feel like for the Ravens at least, goes more so on the defense than it goes on Lamar. Lamar's played a pretty good game. Yes, the interception he had didn't necessarily benefit them, but Lamar has still been really good. Now, as I say that, he throws the pass the line of scrimmage. That guy was already out of bounds, but Lamar's had one mistake today. It's not going to change the outcome of the game, but it's really his defense that let him down. We accept that penalty. That's going to make it 4th and 14 instead of 4th and 8. Let's see what Lamar's got here. This is really their only chance to really stay alive. Watching this tight end. Oh my God. Desmond King got torched. We make a play and Reed comes over to help, and that one's going to be dropped. Now we have the ball inside the 21. Well over double their score. With Kasim Gooden just making plays like that. Kasim Gooden with the spin move. He's in the end zone. This man's on fire. For the first time in Toronto Mounties history, we are going to be conference championships. The AFC title is officially ours. We're going to the Super Bowl for the first time. Hamilton Jones came in to play at the end because we didn't want to get Burrow injured. We obviously put Alani White in as well because we didn't want to see our star running back Kasim Gooden get hurt as well. The team walks out here with a W. Unbelievable performance offensively, defensively. It's some of the best football we've ever played. Let's just make sure we have some of that for the Super Bowl in 2 weeks. Recapping the stats, Burrow had a perfect QB rating, 8 for 9, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. I mean, we didn't even have to throw the football a ton today. You love to see it. Lamar honestly didn't play horrible. 19 for 31, 227, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Yes, the late interception hurt him. The early interception definitely wasn't great, but I blame his defense a whole lot more than I blame Lamar and the offense today. On the ground, Kasim Gooden was the truth. 26 attempts, 267 yards, 3 touchdowns. The man was different today. That's all I got to say about him. The air, Mark Andrews was unstoppable, 8 for 107 and 1 touchdown. Rashad Bateman at 4 for 48. Percy Battle, though, 4 for 141 and 2 touchdowns. 89 receiving yards after the catch. The man's just different. See, Duvernay go 3 for 45. Dobbins go 2 for 9. DK Metcalf, though, 2 for 76. All he did was catch touchdowns today. Can't be mad at that. Defensively, Keanu Neal played really well today. 7 tackles, 2 of those being for loss. Poyer stepped up a couple of big tackles again on Lamar Jackson, who was scrambling a few times. We held him to under 100 yards rushing, which is a giant W in my opinion. From a sack perspective, we only had 1. Amenahu got in there and was, again, great at getting pressure, even though we only had 1 sack today. Interceptions, we had 2. 1 by Jordan Lewis there at the end, and then 1 obviously by JC Jackson early in the game, which, considering how he's played in coverage, that was a much needed pick. We have actually done it. We are going to the Super Bowl after all these seasons. We're officially going to be there. It's going to be tough. It is going to be an absolute battle. But look, this team, they're built different. Burrow has been incredible. DK Metcalf has shown that he can take the top off of defense. Percy Battle can score from any spot on the field. If you give him the ball, he will just make a play. And Kasim Gooden. Put some respect in that young man's name, because without him, we're not going to the Super Bowl at all. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.